Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about micrometer observation. We can use micrometer observation to create a metric and trace actually a time metric and a new span in the current trace. So as you may know, in the 7th video we've been using timer for creating a custom time matrix. And in the 9th video we've been using new span for reporting a new span in the current trace. Now with observation objects, we can do both of them together by only call the observe on the function that we want to get the matrix and the new span. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to our code. Okay, first of all, we need to disable both of them. We no longer need this annotation for our service. So now we've been using the observation here. So as a professional copy engineer, I'm going to copy this one. And so it's our controller. I'm going to pass it here. Observation registry. Then, okay, now we have the observation registry auto-wired to our controller. So where this observation registry come from? So you can search for the class observations auto configuration. Then in here you could see that this observation registry is created in advance for us. Okay, now we have this observation registry. Let's back to our service. Observation registry. Then we're going to do it. So I'll copy this one to create a metric for our do-sleep method. Okay. So now we have observations. It's a static method. So this is the name of the observations and it's also the name of the matrix. So we are going to call it do-sleep methods time. Okay, we need this observation registry. We auto-write before, and we also have to define the contextual name. This is actually the name for the span. So I'm copy this one. And the low cardinality key value and high cardinality key value. So okay, let's make some note. This is the metric name. This is gonna be used as a span name. And so you can see the document here. The low cardinality task will be added to both metric and trace, while the high cardinality task only be added to traces. So this is a text for span only, and this is the text for both metric and span. Okay, for example, we will have low, low, and high, high. Okay. Then our business go here. Copy this one. Okay. So this will return. I'm going to return this one. Good, right? Then it's going to we return the result here. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we have created a time matrix and the span for our service. Okay, let's spin up our infrastructure. Okay, then start observe it. Okay, back to application. So okay, let's check Kibana cohort. I'm sorry, Rafana. So the admin as usual. Okay, okay. Skip. Then we'll go to explore. So Prometheus. Now we're expecting. Okay, now we need to send some request. For example, I'm going to send this request, and then I'm expecting the custom time metric should be displayed here. Do sleep method, right? So now we have the do sleep method. So for example, I'm going to see the do sleep method time count. So you see now we have one request we just sent it, and you can see we have the the low cardinality here. This is low, and okay, then I'm going to for temple. So this is temple short for my hello servlet, and then my span do sleep method span. So you see here do sleep method span shorted. Then we have one request, and this is the span. So the span name is do sleep method span, right? This back to our servlet. Okay, do sleep method span, and this is do sleep method time. Do sleep method time. Okay, one request, and this is the trace of this request. Okay, basically we've been successfully used the observation to observe our do sleep method. Now we would like to see what really happened behind the scenes. So I'm going to go to the observation auto configuration, and as you know, I've been already put my breakpoint here to see how the observation registry is configured. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to restart my server to trigger this breakpoint. Okay, so first of all, we need to understand the concept behind the micrometer observations. So basically, it's a decent pub-sub decide button. So basically, you have some subscriber that subscribe to some event, from the observation objects. Back to our server. So we have this is the observation object. So for example, if I'm going to stop it here, actually I've been creating the observation objects. So I'm creating the observation objects, and now I'm triggered the observe. For example, you can think of it like send an event to observe that service. And our subscriber in this case our subscriber, actually the object handler, will listen to that service and react to the function of my method. For example, to the triggering of my method. So this is, for example, I'm sending event, and in the event handler, they will be triggered by my event. Okay, let's back to our auto configuration class. So here you can see how many the observation handler redefined for us by Spring Boot and Spring Actuator and Micrometers. So for example, I would like to see the observation handler, right? So observation handler. So I ordered. The order is also important for this kind of bin as well. Okay, to list and evaluate. So you see that we currently Springboard actuators and micrometers created 4 instance of observation handler for us. And in this time we only focus on the default tracing observation handler. So this is the start point to create a space or a new span for our service. And tracing aware meter observation handler, this is the entry point to create the custom metric, time metrics for our service. So where this come from? So the trace aware meter observation handler actually come from this class as well. So if you scroll down to the last of this file, you're going to see that we are going to create a tracing aware meter observation handler. And it's delegate on the default meter observation handler. If you take a look at the default meter observation handler, you will see this is the on start, right? To the context actually the function that we trigger the event. So basically, for example, if we calling, we can put my breakpoint here. So you see that it's going to create a long task timer to create a metric active and create another metric for us. This is the symbol timer that we've been create in the 7th video, and this is the long task timer for matrix, the active HTTP request. So I'll put the breakpoint here. So for example, you can also put the breakpoint on the stop, but maybe you understand the concept, right? Okay, for example, and another breakpoint I want to put actually from the micrometer tracing auto configurations. Okay, so here you see the default tracing observation handler. Okay, go inside it. This is responsible for creating a new span for our services. So observation handler, right? So you could again, I'm going to talk about it again. So you could see this observation handler as a subscriber for the events that published by the observation objects. So the observation object publish some events, and the observation handler as a subscriber subscribe to that event and react to that event. So basically, we have this tracing observation handler to take care of create a new span for us, and default meter observation handler take care of creating a timer for us, right? This is exactly what we did in the 7th video and the 9th video. Okay, let's bypass that. Okay, I'm going to back. And what we are doing was also we trigger here. So I'm going to pass this. And then let's send a request to see my request. Okay. Then you see that the HTTP server request, so the current HTTP server request is already configured, so I don't care about this metric. So now you see this is the context for our do-sleep method time. So this go inside the default trace observation handler, and so in in this method, it's going to create a span for us, a span or a trace, a root span or a child span. Okay, bypass. And you also see that the default meter observation handler also take care of creating a timer for us. So we have do sleep method time we have two custom time metrics in this function. So they are going to create a do sleep method time in this line and going to create a do sleep method time active in this line. So if you take a look here, you can also see the time active, right? Active count, for example. So currently there's nothing active, right? Nothing active because everything is finished. Okay, to have a better understanding, let's back to our observation auto configurations. I'm going to restart it again for you to see it. Okay, then observation handler. The order is very important because it's, for example, the request come from order. So you see the tracing of aware meter observation is in the last order, right? We create a new span in default tracing observer handler, then we close that span in tracing aware meter observation handler. So if we change the order of these handler, it could be a mess, right? So this tracing aware meter observation handler will delegate to this default meter observation handler to create our metrics, and the other tracing default tracing observation handler will be used to create a new span for the current trace. Okay, to get better understanding, I would like to register our observation handler to this context to set up the observation registry here. Okay, let's bypass this time. I'm going to stop this, and to register our old observation handler, what we need to do is create a new class. Our name is, for example, just simple log observation handler. Come out here, and it's going to implement the observation handler context observation.context. Okay, then we're going to implement. So first of all, we need to implement the support context. So basically, this log is going to log any kind of context, right? So we just put it like that, so it's true. Then, for example, I would like to log every observation name of the event, right? Then I'm going to implement the on start, and I'm going to create my logger here. So private static final logger SLS for cheese logger factory logger. Okay, this class, that's it. So I'm going to log .info and going to create here. So on start, context, so I'm going to lock the name, right? The name of the observations. So for example, in here, this is the name of the observation, so I'm going to log it out. Okay, let's do the same thing for the end. On arrow, on stop. Okay. Name and on stop. Okay, to register this option handler with auto configuration, so it's easy. We only need to add a component, and then to be sure, okay, let's do it first. Then I'm going to restart it, and I expect that it's going to register. Okay, here I expect that I would like to see my observation handler here. Okay, trim dock to list. Okay, now I'm seeing my log observation handler here. And for example, I don't want to put my log observation handler in the fourth position here. I would like to put it in the top. So every event every event being published, this observation handler is going to react first, because it's just a log, right? It's just logging. So then I would like to put it in the top to take precedence. How do I do that? So I would like to understand the order of propagating, receiver, tracing. Okay. It's micrometer tracing. So the order of the handler is 1000. So the first handler is 1000. So I'm going to order 999. Okay, then I'm create order 999. So I'm expect this one now is before the center propagation, right? Okay, let's restart this one. Then observation alert, trim to list. Okay, now my log observation handlers is firstly react to any events. Okay, that's good. So we've been registering all of our handler here, all of our subscribers here subscribe to the event, and now we're gonna trigger our event. So by calling the sleep method, we are going to trigger the event using that method, right? So if you take a look in that method, implementation start. Okay, this one, simple observation. So basically, when we call observe on our observation object, it's going to notify to our subscriber in inner context actually observation handler. So the observation handler will call on start, right? So our handler will call on start that project. Okay. Okay, let's trigger our event by calling sleep method. Okay, for example, I'm calling this one. Okay, I don't need that point. I'm going to pass down this one. Then you can see in the console that we have on start, right? Do sleep method time. This is for our handler is going to catch this event. On start do list method time and on stop do list method time. Okay, let's do it another time. Okay, then back to the console. You see another. So based on our events, that our observation handler react to our events. Okay, next we're going to use the annotation instead of manually configured here. Okay, to you annotation. So in this case, this annotation is observed, and the same in observe, we need to actually observe is going to be used to create the observation object. So that's why we also need to provide a name, right? So the name here used for matrix, and the contextual name. Okay, we would like to see the high cardinality key value for span, right? Okay, let's see. So we have a span here. So that's why we see in the span we have both high and low text, but in matrix we only have the low one. We don't have high text here. Okay. Okay, so we have back to our code. The contextual name is the span name, and in this observed annotation we only have the low cardinalities key value. So that means we don't have the same thing for this one here. So only have low cardinalities key value. Low. Okay. So basically we don't need this one. And now we're using the observe notation instead. And as usual, similar to time and new span, to trigger that annotation, we have to create observe aspect. Spec config. So this is the configuration class, and inside this slot I'm going to create the observation aspect. Okay, so public observe aspect, this one, aspect, and I need to auto-wire my observation registry here. Observation registry, return new observation registry. Okay. So what actually this one doing? So it's in for the method. So it's going to get the method that annotate by the observed annotation, and to create the observation here. So you see basically they are doing the same. They get the name from their observation annotation, the contextual name from the observation annotation, right? So from the observed, this one, get the name, get the contextual name, and they also registered some class name and method name as a low cardinality key value for us. Okay. Okay, let's rerun application. Okay, we don't need it anymore. Passes. And okay, let's send some requests into our system. Okay, I'm going to send both 10 requests. Okay, and I'm going to here. Let's refresh. Let a method time. I would like to see count. So now you see we have, this is our new matrix, because now we see that this class is assigned as a text for us by using the annotation here, observed here. So we have a last as a low cardinalities, a method as well. This is the method as a low cardinality for us. The low text also for, okay, let's search again, trace do slip method span. Okay, why only have one? I'll close this one. I'm going to create a new template, search hello service. Okay, this one do slip method span. Then we have now a new class. We no longer have the high cardinalities, high highs, so now we only have low, and the class is provided by the annotations, the method. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for taking your time watching this video and the series. Hope you can learn something new here. See you in the next video and happy coding.